And in case you want to do, it, what are various nitty-gritties? So in this, I guess this should be like a 1 hour talk, less than 1 hour talk, where I'll try and present to you what it takes to studying abroad, क्या क्या चीज़ों की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, and what are the timelines, what cost, scholarship, courses, countries. So I'll talk about all of this. Since this will be a session which will be information loaded, it may be a good idea that you may want to write down certain things. So please do that. Keep making your notes. Anyways, in case you want a PDF of the PPT that I'm going to share and present to you, that is also available. At the end of the webinar, I'll share a number on which you can send a hi, a WhatsApp number, and in return, post webinar, of course, and in return, you will get PDF of the PPT, which can be your personal record and you can refer it to later. So let me start on this note and let me share my screen. So this is the PPT which I'm going to present. Hold on, I put it into a presentation mode. So what we are doing today is we are basically talking about studying abroad. We are talking about more specifically undergrad. अंडरग्रेड मतलब हमारे यहाँ 12वीं के बाद वाली पढ़ाई जिसको हम ग्रेजुएशन बोलते हैं. Mostly in Western countries, it is referred as undergrad, 3 or 4 years degree course after 12th. So we are talking about the concentration area today is doing undergrads from foreign universities, from foreign countries. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, coming down to quickly tell you about this events concept. So, at UT, we do these Sunday webinars and we take up various topics which act as value-added lectures, workshop for students, so that you are aware, you are informed, and you take decisions which suits you best. So the whole idea is to share some important information so that it helps you in your decision making. 2 से 3 Sunday in a month, we do such sessions. This is 21st session this year. So the counter हर बार reset करते हैं हम January में. So this is 21st Sunday when we are doing something like this. We have spoken about board exams, masters, law, management, commerce, CS, all and many other topics. इसी तरह से there are other topics which are lined up for coming up Sundays. What you can do is you can follow us on Facebook page, and otherwise also we promote them inside the WhatsApp group. So you will come to know about various other subjects that we touch upon. What is that I'm going to talk about? I'll first introduce UT, who we are. There are some parents who I know, and I know that they know who UT is. But for others, I'll give a quick introduction. We'll talk about some experiences of UT students who are studying abroad using some testimonials. मैं उसके साथ चालू करूंगा. Then we come down to the crux of the presentation, which is around this option. So what is this option and how do you pursue this option? When do you do it? ये सब answer करने की कोशिश करेंगे in this. Towards the end, how we can help you, some of our programs and how do we help you, इस पे बात करेंगे. And then an open house, because I may not be able to look at chat. So it is important that you keep noting down your queries or doubts. And towards the end, we'll have an open house where I'll answer your questions. I'll take up your queries. So on this note, let me begin. UT, as we are called, we are Universal Tutorials. It has been 25 years for us in education, coaching, and tutoring sector. 35,000 students is what we would have, coached, teased, influenced, and whose lives we would have touched in one or the other way through our product and services. We are spread across 6 branches in Navi Mumbai, and COVID gave us an opportunity where we went online, and many of our services are now offered over Zoom online, and we do pan-India advisory for study abroad and training, of course. There are 3 broad areas of work for UT. First is board exams, where we take care of CBSE and ICSE board exam preparations for 9, 10th, 11th, 12th. We do Indian exams like IIT, medical entrance, management entrance exam preparation. So we do a lot of Indian exam preparations. And this is the third vertical where I come from, which is UT Aspire, Study Abroad, where we do coaching and consultancy, advisory, undergrad, postgrad, visa advisory. So whole gamut of activities is taken care under this umbrella. So under study abroad program, we cater to training needs for undergrad. You have to write an exam called SAT. इसके बारे में आज हम बात करेंगे. GRE training. So we do all exam training. We do English exam trainings like TOEFL, IELTS. I'll again talk about them in detail. And then we do application, which is university counseling and advisory, where we help you create your applications, file to universities, and get admits. Again, I will talk about this subject as we go ahead. Now, we'll have a small Zoom poll. So my team, please confirm me, Sharad, is there a Zoom poll which is ready? Okay, so sir. So you have to pick one option. If you are in your 9th or 10th standard currently, or your ward is in 9th and 10th, please pick option A. It's going to come on your screen. Option B, if you are in 11th standard currently, 12th, option C. And if you have passed your 12th and you may be in college or have taken a drop, you pick D. So Zoom poll on your screen. Please pick one option. What is your current standard, academic status?
Check the results.
Okay. So results are there. There's a large part of audience which are in their 9th and 10th standard, close to 60%. Then around 33% audience is in 11th or 12th standard. So this will help me understand. Thank you, Nilesh sir. So this will help me understand the constituent of the audience today. Plus, I will customize my talk accordingly so that I serve both the audiences, which is 9, 10th wale and 11, 12. Chalo. So let's go ahead. Let us start with some students' testimonial. Let's hear out what past students, ex-students of UT are talking about and how their experience have been. Where have they reached? What scores did they get in their exams? Let's hear them out. Nilesh sir, आप please मुझे confirm करिएगा for the audio of this video.
So we are parents of Ashwin Deshpande. So we were quite reluctant about allowing Ashwin to go and study abroad, and we looked at SAT only as a means of getting into BITS because his elder brother was there. And from there to today, where Ashwin is enthusiastic about going to Purdue, and we have embraced the concept that he'll be there, has been a long journey, but UT has held our hand at every step of the way. Now, they have guided us, they have given us all the information required and more, but allowed us to make our own decision.
No, I think it's a very professional team, but a very important personal touch. So everything, they have all the information, but they take into account the child's and the family's needs. So I think it's very exclusive and it's very individual.
I was part of the study abroad program with UT this year, and I'm currently headed to Cornell University in the US, and I was admitted into the College of Engineering. I think UT has helped and played a huge role in my application process, because it can be a little overwhelming picking colleges, picking majors, writing essays, giving your SAT, all while balancing your school curriculum as well. But UT has helped me in all these aspects, whether it was the extra SAT classes that I took, which really helped improve my scores, or the English sessions that I took, which enhanced my essays, and or the college selection program, which Anubhav sir was extremely helpful in, and he sort of narrowed it down and gave me like a chart and a list of like target, dream and reach schools, just so that this entire process became a little more streamlined. I think I'm extremely grateful to UT for their support, and I wouldn't have been here without them today.
UT has been really supportive throughout, from narrowing down universities. I mean, we started with a list of 70 universities and bringing it down to like 6, which fits my profile, my academic goals, my career needs, all of that. to application process, which is tedious in itself, to visa, they've been throughout.
UT's exceptional team helped me actualize my dream of studying abroad. They helped me every step of the way, right from Anubhav sir and Manish sir helping me choose the universities, and then registering for exams like the SAT and IELTS, and then ultimately finalizing which university to spend the next 3 years.
Sorry, I just switched out of the presentation. Okay, so these were some of our students who have recently been placed, and they're pursuing their dream. Most of them have gone this year. So as we speak, they would be completing their 1 year with the university, other than Ashwin Deshpande, who went last year, Nanika and Anushri and all of them, they've gone this year. Chaliye. So going ahead, coming down to the crux of presentation. So the whole idea is I'll try and give you the concrete information, and I'm sure after 6 minutes, you'll know enough to at least see how you want to explore this option. So there are some major concerns with related to study abroad, which I'm going to talk about. When, how, where, what of study abroad, we'll talk about it. How can this be made plan B? Very interesting. Now, you may want to keep your India options open. So how can the study abroad become your plan B is what I'm going to talk about. And what are the associated living cost and education cost? I'm also going to talk about it, plus the scholarship part. So all that we are going to talk about. We are going to talk about when to do this, how do you do this, what is this option, and where all you can pursue this from. So chaliye, let's start with when. So there are two common modes for going abroad for your higher studies. The first mode is right after your 12th, when you complete your schooling, right after your junior college, in case you are in Maharashtra State Board, right after your CBSE ICSE 12th standard. You may go for graduation to pursue degrees like BA, BSc, BTech, BScs and BS and so on. And the course duration could be 3 to 4 years, depending upon which university you are applying to, which country you are applying to, what courses you are applying to. It could be 3 or 4 years degree course. जो दूसरा popular option है is right after your bachelor's or you have acquired some work experience. After that, you go for master's. Duration could be 1 to 2 years, and degree could be MTech, MSc, MA, MS, and so on. So these are the two modes. My concentration area today is after 12th. हम उस पे आज ज़्यादा बात करेंगे. So traditionally, students have taken second option, which is GRE wala thing. But last couple of decades, I think last 20 years, there have been a lot of change, and there's a trend shift because of awareness, because of prosperity, because of affordability going up. We see that studying after 12 has become a very popular option, and students do travel for their higher studies to foreign countries. So we are talking about this first option, which is after 12th today. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. तो दो तरीके हैं बाहर जाने के, broadly दो तरीके हैं. After 12th आप दो तरीके से जा सकते हैं. The first route, we call it non-merit route, where you'll have to have a very decent basic pass marks. Mostly your credentials are based on your financial strength, and you go for admissions. The second is a merit route, which involves little bit of, I'll say more than little bit. It's more of an exhaustive requirement where you prepare an application and you go on a merit basis, your credentials, your resume, you go basis that. Non-merit route कैसे काम करता है? So mostly low-ranked universities offer you this route where the cost could be low to high, and you don't require very good academics in case you want to go through this route. There are various fairs which happens around the year. You attend these fairs, you will find commission agents, placement agents, university representatives, and you talk to them, visit such fairs, and secure your admission. So in any city, like in Bombay, this hotel near, I think, International Airport, T2 ke paas hai, where you will see frequently education fairs happen, and there are universities and agents. They put up their stalls and tables. You go there, give your basic documents, and in case you afford it, yeah, go ahead and your admission is confirmed. The issue is that you do get study abroad stamp, but your residency or the job prospect, employability may be questionable. So placements आपको खुद ही manage करना है. The merit route, highly ranked university, of course, so high quality, high ranked universities. Cost could be low to high, and there are various financial methods to support your scholarships or to your financial needs. We'll talk about them. You need good academics. You need to have a profile, extracurriculars, social activities, academics, ये सारी चीजें चाहिए. Process is you appear for some exams, you get and do well in those exams, get some scores, make an application with all the requirements and secure an admission. कोई एजेंट नहीं है और कुछ काम नहीं करता है. It's all your profile that works for you. End result, placements, residencies, you become part of that, skill pool. And people like Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, they followed this route, which is a merit route. So our focus area today would be more on the merit route and not so much on the non-merit route, क्योंकि उसमें बताने को ज्यादा कुछ है नहीं. So merit route कैसे काम करता है? Before I tell you that, let me give you a contrast with respect to India. So how it happens in India, let's say in India you want to pursue a career right after your 12th, you will have some or the other competitive exam linked to that career. आपको engineering करना है, you'll write JEE. आपको design करना है, you'll write NIFT. You want to do CA, you write CPT. आपको hotel management करना है, you write NCHM, JEE. So there are various entrance exams that you will have to write for each specific stream that you would have picked, mostly in your 12th standard. When it comes to abroad studies, you generally take one and only one exam. एक English exam छोड़ देते हैं for all streams other than medicine and law. अगर आपको medicine और law छोड़ के कुछ भी करना है, engineering, management, commerce, accounting, pure science, economics, marketing, anything that you want to do, you have to write only one exam, which is SAT. Medicine और law का थोड़ा अलग चलेगा, बाकी सबके लिए SAT is good enough. And the process gets over much before you take your 12th boards. ये मैं अभी आपको आगे timeline पे समझाऊंगा. तो this slide is basically talking about India में हर career के लिए आपको कोई एक particular exam लेना है. कई बार एक career में multiple exams लेने हैं. बाहर पढ़ने जा रहा है, exam एक ही लेना है. SAT, Scholastic Aptitude Test. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. So the idea is that you take one exam for all stream, non-medicine, non-legal wala, law wala, and this exam should be taken much before your 12th board exam. ये पूरा process ही खत्म हो जाता है before your 12th exam. I'll tell you how does it happen. So Scholastic Aptitude Test is the name of the exam that you're supposed to take if you're planning your studies abroad, outside India. There are many Indian universities also which accept SAT score, but अभी हम क्योंकि बाहर की बात कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हम SAT with respect to foreign universities बात कर रहे हैं. So what is SAT? Though SAT is a recommended exam, many a times it is a mandatory exam. At UT, we believe taking Scholastic Aptitude Test and getting a good score on it is critical to your application process, to your scholarship. उन सब के लिए critical input है. तो ये SAT exam क्या है? This is an exam which is conducted by a body called College Board. ये US-based body है. It's a not-for-profit body. This body conducts SAT exam और फिर ये scores release करते हैं. These scores are used for admission to undergrad courses. Scores are also used for scholarship decisions. These scores are accepted by major universities across world. US और Canada में तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा popular है, but Singapore, UK, Australia, and many Indian universities like Ashoka University, Shiv Nadar, MET, SP Jain, Ahmedabad University accept SAT score, and using SAT score, you can make an application for undergrad courses. चलिए इस एग्जाम को और समझते हैं. This exam happens 7 times in a year. ये साल में 7 बार होता है. You can take it any number of time you want to. So specifically in month of May, June, August, October, November, December, and March is when this exam takes place. Every time you take this exam, you'll have to pay the exam fee, which is close to $109. ये fees आपको भरना रहता है college board को. This exam, like I said, can be taken multiple times. We have a choice कि हमको हमारे कौन से exam का score share करना है. Of course, needless to say, the exam or the attempt जो आपका maximum score वाला होगा वो share करोगे. Scores are valid for 5 years. So once you take an attempt, that score is valid for 5 years and your best scores are considered. This is an exam which happens digitally. ये आपको device के ऊपर देना है. It is not a pencil paper based exam. So the exam specifically is called the digital SAT. ये बहुत समय पहले तक तो पेपर बेस्ड होता था, but now they have gone digital, which means you have to take your device to testing center. उनके वाईफाई से आपको कनेक्ट करना है, खुद का डिवाइस ले जाना है और एक ऐप डाउनलोड होगा and then you take that exam. This exam has 2 sections, guys. All the parents and students who are listening to me, there are 2 sections only, 2 areas just where test hoga. Which are those 2? First is English. So English reading and writing. Believe me, this is very different from how we have been taught English. ये वैसा वाला English नहीं है, seen unseen passage जैसा नहीं है. It is slightly different. So English reading and writing एक section है, which has 54 questions in total, and you get 64 minutes to answer them. All questions are MCQ, multiple choice questions होते हैं ये. The second section is mathematics. Maths का जो section है, it has 44 problems and you get 70 minutes. You have online calculator available throughout math section. आपको calculator available होता है. There's a break between the 2 sections. Now each section is further divided into 2 modules. So English will have English module 1, English module 2. Mathematics will again have mathematics module 1 and mathematics module 2. Total ये 2 घंटे कुछ मिनट का एग्जाम है, because there's a break between 2 sections. 10 minutes का एक water break मिलता है आपको. The score ranges between 400 points to 1600 points. Zero नहीं मिलता इस एग्जाम में. There is no negative marking in this exam. 800 points का English है. Other 800 points is for mathematics. So total or highest one can score is 1600. Lowest possible score is 400. So 400 to 1600 is your score range in this. So if you ask me क्या passing score क्या है, there's nothing called as passing score. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. Every attempt it is of 1600. You get your score out of 1600. Multiple choice, no negative marking. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. It's a computer based test. I've already explained it to you. Now in terms of syllabus, if you see, when I say mathematics and English, maths is all up to standard 10. 95% of the topics, irrespective of which board you come from, state board, CBSE, IB, ICSE, 10th level तक का maths आएगा 95%. 5% could be introductory 11th mathematics, which is possibly at a very introductory level, but largely 10th standard का maths आएगा. आपके ratio proportion, geometry, algebra, mensuration, ये सारी चीजें you will see that will be part of your syllabus. English, there is no defined syllabus. It is more critical reading based, which will check your comprehension, critical analysis, vocabulary, grammar. So English is more of skill based. With focused training, you can do your preparation in 3 to 4 months. देखिए ये एग्जाम है ना, IIT JEE जैसा एग्जॉस्टिव नहीं है कि 2 साल लग के आपको मेहनत करना है. The syllabus is well defined. 3 से 4 महीने में इसका syllabus कवर किया जा सकता है, and along with other things that you're doing, and you can prepare it well. It demands more of conceptual understanding than the mere rote learning. It's a very, very conceptual exam. Like I said, multiple times ले सकते हो. Best score report होगा. Scores are valid for 5 years. So this is the first requirement अगर आपको बाहर पढ़ने जाना है. Let's come down to second requirement. मैं आपको टोटल 5 रिक्वायरमेंट बताने वाला हूं which remain same across countries बाहर पढ़ने जाने के लिए. दूसरी रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है बाहर पढ़ने जाना है? You will have to take one English exam. Indians, because we are not considered native English speakers, though हम English शायद कई दूसरे देशों से बहुत अच्छी बोलते होंगे, but because we are not considered as native English speakers, we'll have to take one English exam. Either of the two, दोनों नहीं लेना है. ये दो अलग अलग तरीके की एग्जाम है, दो अलग अलग बॉडी कंडक्ट करती हैं. IELTS, International English Language Testing Services or Systems, and TOEFL, Test of English as Foreign Language. इन दोनों में से कोई एक एग्जाम लेना है. ये दोनों एग्जाम्स कंप्यूटर बेस्ड होते हैं, तो ये आपकी सेकंड रिक्वायरमेंट है. टेस्ट हैपेंस ऑलमोस्ट डेली, मंडे टू फ्राइडे ये होते ही रहते हैं. आपको अपॉइंटमेंट लेना है, सेंटर पे जाना है और एग्जाम देना है. स्कोर्स आर वैलिड फॉर 2 years. इसका स्कोर वैलिडिटी 2 साल का है. देयर आर 4 सेक्शंस. दोनों एग्जाम में यही चारों सेक्शन है. इंग्लिश रीडिंग, राइटिंग, स्पीकिंग एंड लिसनिंग. डिफरेंस इज TOEFL 120 पॉइंट्स का है. A good score is 90 and above. IELTS 9 points का है, single digit 9. A good score is 6.5 and above. तो ध्यान रखिए ये जो इंग्लिश एग्जाम है ये एलिजिबिलिटी एग्जाम है. If you get a basic score, you are eligible to apply. इससे एडमिशन या स्कॉलरशिप डिसाइड नहीं होने वाला. अगर स्कोर कम आया तो यू आर नॉट इवन एलिजिबल टू अप्लाई. सो दिस इज अ जस्ट but an important eligibility exam where you must get a minimum score to be eligible to apply to that particular university. That means each university may have a different cutoff for this exam. But remember, अगर TOEFL में 120 में से आप 100 points ला पाते हैं, जो कि easily manageable है with little bit of training, या IELTS में आप 6.5 से ज्यादा लाते हैं, you are by default, I think, eligible for most of the universities across world. You will not face any problem. TOEFL, we do 2 batches in a year for TOEFL, one in May, and the other one in November. These are 3.5 to 5 weeks program. IELTS is slightly more popular, and every Monday we have a batch for IELTS. Achha, let's say, I think Mr. Arafat wanted to write something. I'll go back to the slide. So that is one advantage, when you keep your video on, I can see you and possibly कुछ मैं समझ भी सकता हूँ आपके expression से. लिख लीजिए sir. Thank you. So in case let's say you want to go for medicine or law, अगर आपको medicine या law करना है, you will have to follow a very different path. We need to meet at some other point of time. एंड one-on-one मिलके हमको वो आपके लिए डिस्कस करना पड़ेगा. अगर आपको MBBS करना है, MD करना है, या लॉयर, एडवोकेट, ये सब बनना है, बाहर से पढ़ना है, देयर आर वेरियस अदर पाथ इज नॉट सेम. बाकी सबके लिए whatever I am talking about makes sense. Otherwise आप अलग से मिलिए, take individual appointments and we'll help you with medicine and law courses and the path. चलिए, अदर रिक्वायरमेंट तो मैंने आपको 2 रिक्वायरमेंट बताया, SAT and English exam. Now coming down to the third requirement, all your academic records, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th का midterm, क्योंकि 12th का final result आया नहीं होता है तब तक. In India, nobody will ever ask you 9th में कितने marks थे या 11th में कितने marks थे. 10th में भी शायद ही कोई पूछता है. But if you are applying to foreign universities, remember your transcripts from 9th standard onwards are required along with your SAT score inside the application. So make sure that 9th, 10th, because larger crowd is from 9th and 10th, you don't mess up with your grades in 9th, 10th. इनको अच्छा रखना है अगर study abroad को एक option लेके आगे तक चलना है तो. So this is the third requirement. SAT, TOEFL, IELTS, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th record. ये सब mandatory है. There is no options here. ये तो चाहिए ही चाहिए. So coming down to, I'll come down to other three in one go. ये जो extra curriculars हैं, community service है and scholastic है, guys, these are not mandatory. If you have them, good. Anything that you have done outside classroom, debate, art, social service, IMO, IOQM, Homi Baba, NTSC, कुछ भी आपने और अचीव किया है, हेड बॉय, हेड गर्ल, हाउस कैप्टन, judo, karate, football, anything and everything that you have done outside the classroom makes sense. All that should be reported. It helps you in your application. So it is not mandatory, but agar hai, so these are extra brownie points in your application for you to stand out against your peers. तो 3 रिक्वायरमेंट मैंडेटरी है, SAT, TOEFL एंड 9th 10th 11th 12th के मार्क्स, और ये 3 मैंडेटरी नहीं है, रिकमेंडेड। 2 more mandatory requirements. Letter of recommendation, commonly called as LOR, from your teachers in 11th and 12th standard. This is mandatory. We'll need 3 teachers, 2 teacher and 1 counselor. 3 LORs लगेंगे where teachers are writing about you. These are 1-pagers, basically talking about your positives, why do they recommend you, आपके साथ क्या काम किया है, how they rate you, and so on. Generally, teachers may not write you. You may need professionals like us to help you create LORs, which then teachers would read and endorse, sign it, and share with university. This is the 4th mandatory requirement. Coming now to the 5th one. 5th one is called personal essays. Any university we apply to, they will require some personal essays. अब जब आप अंडरग्रेड करने जा रहे हैं तो आप फ्रेशर हैं, वर्क एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है. So why you want to do this course? ये वाली यूनिवर्सिटी क्यों? लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज बताओ. ऐसे कुछ पर्सनल एसेज लिखने पड़ेंगे जिनको कॉमनली हम बोलते हैं SOP, स्टेटमेंट ऑफ पर्पस इज व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड. So if you understand in total, मैं पूरा समरी यहाँ पे प्रेजेंट करता हूँ. 5 things are must. SAT का स्कोर चाहिए, इंग्लिश एग्जाम का स्कोर चाहिए, 9th 10th 11th 12th के मार्क्स चाहिए, 12th मिड टर्म, हाँ, टीचर से LOR चाहिए और एसेज लिखने को चाहिए. 5 इंपॉर्टेंट कंपल्सरी रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर एनी कंट्री. अभी तो मैं कंट्री पे आया ही नहीं हूँ, किसी भी कंट्री की बात करो ये 5 चीजें चाहिए. इसके अलावा इफ यू हैव एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर्स, डांस, म्यूजिक, स्पोर्ट्स, anything, literature में, speaking, debate, extempore, anything that you have done academically, non-academically will count. Mandatory नहीं है, but अगर होगा तो आपकी प्रोफाइल को स्ट्रेंथ मिलता है. बिकॉज अगर आपने अभी तक समझ लिया है, studying or applying abroad is all about profile, not only about score. Score तो चाहिए, but profile भी चाहिए. चलिए, let's go ahead, आगे लेके चलते हैं. तो if we have understood the first part कि क्या चाहिए, let us see how can this be made as plan B. तो इसका मतलब यह है कि अगर आपका प्लान ए स्टडी अब्रॉड है, you don't need plan B, बिकॉज वहां डिमांड सप्लाई इंडिया की तरह नहीं है. यहाँ पे शायद डिमांड ज्यादा है, सप्लाई ऑफ क्वालिटी सीट्स आर लो, फाइट होती है. 15 लाख बच्चा IIT JEE का एग्जाम लिखता है एंड मुश्किल से क्वालिटी सीट 60-70 हजार है. ऐसा वाला मिसमैच पॉसिबली नहीं है. तो अगर स्टडी अब्रॉड इज योर प्लान ए, यू डोंट नीड प्लान बी. इन केस यू वांट टू ट्राई इंडियन ऑप्शंस आल्सो, मान लीजिए आपको IIT का भी तैयारी करना है, but you don't want to compromise कि अगर यहाँ अच्छा नहीं मिला तो you will go abroad and study, then study abroad can become plan B. ये बहुत common route है which Indian parents follow. So let's see how study abroad can be made plan B. So what we are talking about here is the moment you realize कि हाँ बाहर पढ़ने जाना है और वो हमारा एक ऑप्शन होना चाहिए, take first steps and start creating this as a strategy or your plan B strategy, possibly right after standard 10. 10th का बोर्ड मार्च में खत्म हुआ, you meet us and we start working on this plan B. So what are we talking about? We are saying take your SAT exam in 11th only. 11th चालू हो रहा है, उसके चालू होने के साथ साथ start your preparation. 3-4 महीने में तैयारी करो, एग्जाम ले लो SAT का. Focus on your Indian exams, क्योंकि ये ज्यादा बैंडविड्थ कंज्यूम नहीं करेगा SAT. ये एग्जाम लो, 1 या 2 अटेम्प्ट में अपना बेस्ट स्कोर लेके आ जाओ. देन फोकस ऑन योर स्कूल, बिकॉज स्कूल ग्रेड्स मैटर, एंड फोकस ऑन इंडियन एग्जाम. आपको मेडिकल करना है, इंजीनियरिंग करना है, CA करना है, वो सब पे आप फोकस कर सकते हो. यू गेट मोर टाइम फॉर योर इंडियन एग्जाम्स एंड यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड अ पैरेलल स्टडी अब्रॉड प्रोग्राम. चलिए, लेट्स गो अहेड. इसको मैं अब आपको टाइमलाइन में समझाता हूँ. नाउ देयर आर स्टूडेंट्स, under various category. First, let me talk to students who are in their 12th standard. अगर आप अभी 12th में हैं and in March 25 you are writing your 12th का board exam, guys, you don't have a lot of time left. I'll say you are slightly behind the hour. थोड़ा सा लेट चल रहे हो. अब उसको मेकअप करने के लिए प्लीज मीट अस सेपरेटली, बिकॉज एसएटी अगर नहीं लिया है we'll have to look for some exemptions जहां जहां हमको मिल सकेगा या कुछ कस्टम सॉल्यूशंस देने पड़ेंगे. टेक योर टॉफल इन अक्टूबर, इन कमिंग मंथ. हम आ गए ऑलमोस्ट अक्टूबर में, तो टॉफल एग्जाम लेना जरूरी है. पैरेलली वील क्रिएट योर एप्लीकेशन किट, क्योंकि इंडिया में तो आपको काउंसलिंग के लिए बुलाते हैं. नोबडी इज कॉलिंग यू आफ्टर योर स्कोर्स आर डन फ्रॉम फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी. यू विल हैव टू अप्लाई. तो एप्लीकेशन करेंगे. अक्टूबर से दिसंबर में सारे एप्लीकेशंस लग जाएंगे. अभी आप 12th में ही हो, ध्यान से देखना. आपको एडमिट डिसीजंस आने लग जाएंगे स्टार्टिंग दिस दिसंबर टू March 25. आपने अभी बोर्ड एग्जाम दिया भी नहीं होगा और आपके पास कुछ एडमिट्स हाथ में होंगे. यू टेक योर 12th का बोर्ड एग्जाम इन March 25. They will give you a couple of months to decide. By 1st May you decide. तो फॉरेन यूनिवर्सिटी से एडमिट्स आए हैं, उनमें से आपको कहाँ जाना है. We go for your visa in June and July. We work on your visa. August 25 is your departure. So in case you are in 12th, it's a high time. आप लेट चल रहे हो, meet us, take all the professional advice. You need to work on things in parallel. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. So this is about 12th. 11th, I will spend more time here because जो बच्चे 9th में या 10th में हैं, उनको उनका टाइमलाइन 1 या 2 साल से आगे करना है. So let us look at how things will happen if you are in your 11th. In case you are in 11th, this is the right time. You have following SAT attempts left. You can take it as in March. मैंने आपको बोला था अक्टूबर में भी होता है, बट अक्टूबर कमिंग सैटरडे इज अक्टूबर का SAT. दिसंबर समय नहीं है इतना कि आप तैयारी कर सको. So March 25, but your school exams may collide with these dates. So the best is May में ले लो, June में ले लो, या next August में ले लो. Take your TOEFL this November if possible. Otherwise June 25 तक अपना TOEFL का एग्जाम ले लेना. So you can spread your exams. You can prepare for SAT right now, focus on it, and go for March or a May attempt of SAT, so that आप second attempt आपका June, August या October में ले सको. Why am I talking about second attempt? Not that I'm not sure of your score. Globally, बच्चे 2 से 3 बार लेते हैं to try it out because your best scores are considered. So 2 बार तो एक common सा average है where people take it twice. Once you have taken your exam, remember guys, your application process begins next September. So वो LOR, SOP, marksheet, resume, transcript, ये सब बनाना चालू करना पड़ेगा. एंड नेक्स्ट सितंबर आप लोगों के एप्लीकेशन लगना चालू हो जाएंगे. आप 12th में आ चुके हैं इस समय. सितंबर टू दिसंबर वी विल फाइल योर एप्लीकेशन. आपको आपके एडमिट डिसीजन दिसंबर 25 से March 26 के बीच में आने लग जाएगा. तो लेट्स से यू अप्लाई टू 10 यूनिवर्सिटीज. आउट ऑफ दीज 10, लेट्स से 6 यूनिवर्सिटीज से आपको एडमिट आ जाएंगे. Before you write your board exam, your admits would be in your hand 12 बोर्ड के पहले. March 26 में you will write your board exams. 12th का board exam लिखोगे आप. By May, 1st May, April last, आपको ये 6 यूनिवर्सिटी जिसमें से एडमिट आया है, जो एग्जाम्पल हम लेके चल रहे हैं, 10 में अप्लाई किया, 6 में से एडमिट आ गया. You have to select one by April last week और 1st May कि किस में आपको कंफर्म करना है. उसको एक छोटा सा अमाउंट, कॉन्फर्मेशन अमाउंट आपको पे करना पड़ेगा to tell them that you are coming to them. June, July goes into visa. Visa processing में समय लगता है, but June, July goes into visa. August 26 is your departure. अब अगर 10th वालों के लिए बात करना है, students who are in their 10th standard, तो उससे पहले let me be on this slide for couple of seconds. आप देख लीजिए, please absorb this. This is 11th वालों का timeline. Little bit relaxed because this is the right time. Going to 10th. Nothing changes. Only thing is you have more shots at SAT. TOEFL आप थोड़ा और आराम से दे सकते हो. अभी TOEFL की चिंता नहीं करनी है. तो I will advise you, March में आपका बोर्ड एग्जाम खत्म करो 10th का. अप्रैल में there's a batch that we start जो कि अगस्त को टारगेट करता है. आप उसमें जा सकते हो, आप अभी से तैयारी करके मई में एसएटी दे सकते हो. इट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन यू. यू विल हैव मेनी शॉट्स, अगस्त, अक्टूबर, दिसंबर, ये सब मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा नहीं है, बट इन केस यू आर इन 10th, दिस इज हाउ यू कैन डू इट. अक्टूबर दिसंबर 26 इज योर एप्लीकेशन. दिसंबर मार्च आपको एडमिट आएगा. माइलस्टोन सेम है. 12th का बोर्ड एग्जाम आप मार्च 27 में लिखोगे. Similarly, your visa will happen in June, July 27 and August 27 is your departure. तो जनरली ज्यादा कुछ चेंज नहीं हुआ, ईयर चेंज हो गया है एंड इट इज मोर रिलैक्स्ड कंपेयर्ड टू 12th और 11th guys who are starting now. So ideally मुझे ऐसा लगता है focus on your board exams right now till March. April you join us for a 4 months program and August 25 can be your first attempt. चलिए, coming down to students profile for SAT. So remember, SAT is board independent. It has nothing to do with syllabus of your board exam, CBSE, ICSE, state, IB. It is stream independent. You could be science, commerce, humanities, arts student. You can be in 10th, 11th, 12th, doesn't make a difference. You can write SAT whenever you think you are ready. You can take SAT exam. Okay. Moving on. So how do we help you? हम आपको कैसे help कर सकते हैं? So at UT we can help you. If you are in your 11th, 12th, we can help you with foundation SAT, which starts in April. So currently this program is over now. We can help you with profile building, where we advise you on कौन सी activity करो, social activity कौन सी करो, online courses कौन सी करो, because application is all about profile. So we can 11, 9, 10th में हम आपको profile building advisory में help कर सकते हैं. When you are in your 11th, 12th, we can help you with all your training needs, SAT, TOEFL, IELTS. We can help you with application. आप दोनों प्रोग्राम कर सकते हैं, आप 1 by 1 कर सकते हैं. So UT provides that entire support right from profile building to exam preparation, university application and visa. ये सब कुछ UT में ही हो जाता है. अब how does it work? Foundation मैंने बोला था we start in April, so I'm not talking about this batch right now. But SAT are rolling batches. We have 5 batches in a year. We target हमको 7 में से, these are the 5 attempts that we target. So we have an April batch, June batch, August batch, October batch जो भी आ रहा है, which will target March and May SAT, and then there is a December batch. Each batch is like a 14 to 16 weeks का program. Almost 3 से 4 महीने का program है ये. 4 hours per week आपको हमको देना है. Saturday, Sunday की classes होती हैं. Saturday evening and Sunday afternoon. Program runs for 14 weeks. Application support में हम क्या करते हैं? We help you with profile building, university selection, because there are thousands of university and it's a costly affair. हर university को apply करने के कुछ dollars लगेंगे, which you pay to the university, of course. So university selection, LOR writing, SOP writing, transcript, resume, deadline पे application लगाना, admit लेके आना, all that we help you, and we also help you with visa. So ये पूरा application support का काम है. The next SAT batch is starting coming Saturday, which is 5th October. So in case you are in your 11th standard, yes, so this is the batch for you. In 10th, if you think you can manage your board preparation with SAT preparation, you can join October batch. Ideally, otherwise, आप board exam देने के बाद 10th वाले बच्चे April वाले batch को join करते हैं. That's when you can join us. Application support के बारे में थोड़ा सा और समझा देता हूँ. You know, this is a fairly exhaustive step. It is as important as writing SAT exam, because SAT score देख के आपको कोई call नहीं आने वाला है, आपको application लगाना पड़ेगा. So how does it work? There are 3 kind of resources that work on application. So people like me who will act as mentors and will help you with your profile mapping, university selection, application strategy, किसमें अप्लाई करना है, कब अप्लाई करना है, कौन से मेजर के लिए अप्लाई करना है, मल्टीपल मेजर्स पे अप्लाई करना है क्या, many strategic questions that we need to answer. So application strategy is made. Then you are mapped to a professor who understands university writing, an English professor जो कि university writing का expert है, because आपको essays लिखने हैं, LOR लिखने हैं, resume बनाना है. So a content expert with all your writing requirements, you are mapped to a professor, and this professor helps you in creating the right essays. वो आपके behalf में नहीं लिख रहे हैं, आपके essays को, their thought correction, sentence correction, grammar, words को precise, concise करना, content expert does. And the third resource person working at an individual level with the student is a coordinator. He or she tracks your application, tracks all your deadlines, application लगाना, documents को एक जगह करना, ensuring that all documents are filed by the deadline, becomes your one touch point for all activities to get the admit. So it's a fairly comprehensive and complete support when it comes to university application. Be it any country that you are applying to, ये वाला support आपको लगता है. So this is what we do. All classes at UT, we do classes from Kharghar branch only. Otherwise, they are also available. Zoom online classes bhi available hai. Live classes are available on Zoom. So you can do it online or you can do it physically from UT Kharghar branch in Navi Mumbai. Tests are conducted in the very similar fashion with the similar GUI. जैसा वो इंटरफेस आपको एग्जाम वाले दिन दिखेगा, वैसे ही इंटरफेस पे संडेज आर डिवोटेड टू कॉन्सेप्ट टेस्ट, फुल टेस्ट, मॉक टेस्ट, ये सब हम करते हैं. My faculty team comprises of Mr. Anubhav Sinal, our managing director, myself, Professor Deep Shikha, Uday sir, all of us together, we carry a rich experience of coaching and training for competitive exam, and English and mathematics as subject area is divided between 4 of us, and we take some part of English and mathematics, and together we are a complete team to train your ward for SAT. Let's look at some of our results now. So Kavya Jairam, jisko aapne suna, she has gone to an Ivy League, one of the top universities in the world, Cornell. She has gone to School of Engineering. Isne wahan mechanical choose kiya hai. She got 1570 out of 1600. So Ivy League दुनिया की 8 top university का एक group है जो Ivy League बोला जाता है, and Cornell is one of them, and she got an admit there. ये वहाँ पे पढ़ रही है. Then अजिंक्य देशपांडे, ये कार्नेगी मेलन में पढ़ रहा है USA में MS कोर्स के लिए. दिया शिवपूजे, she got a call from UMich, but अभी वो पढ़ रही है Purdue University में, first year, first semester. She had gone this August only. Anushri, University of California at Los Angeles, and Nainika, जिसको आपने वीडियो में देखा, though she got a lot of US admit, but उसको UCL में admission मिला, which is UK में University College London. This is the Oxford, Cambridge और UCL, ये top 3 colleges हैं UK के, तो उसको वो admit मिला. She got an admit from Singapore also with full scholarship, but she chose UCL UK. ये physics पढ़ने वहाँ पे गई है. So these are some of our admits. These are various students and their SAT scores. So because I'll share presentation with you, मैं एक एक नाम नहीं यहाँ पे ले रहा हूँ, but students have done wonderfully well with SAT. These are various countries. This footprint is growing every year. I think this is for last year, ये थोड़ा सा और बढ़ गया है. So Canada, USA, Ireland, UK, Sweden, Dubai, Germany, Australia, these are various countries that we do. Now, where should you go for your study abroad? There are so many options outside India. So generally, हम parents को ये बोलते हैं that consider these factors. Consider number 1, which language is the course taught in, and which is the common medium of communication in that country. Is it an English speaking country or is it a non-English speaking country? बहुत मैटर करता है, क्योंकि 4 साल आपको सिर्फ पढ़ना ही नहीं है, उस एनवायरनमेंट रहना में भी है, सर्वाइव भी करना है, वहां ग्रो भी करना है. Look at college rankings, look at academic scores, cost associated with your education, what kind of specializations are offered in that country, and there can be other factors. आपके relatives हो सकते हैं, climate, environment, आपके कुछ ऐसे factors हो सकते हैं, geopolitical factors हो सकते हैं. So depending upon that, you should decide which university or country you would want to. We generally advise that at undergrad level, 12th के बाद, unless and until आपके पास foreign language competency है, we advise that you prefer English-speaking countries. And popular English-speaking countries जहाँ Indians generally जाते हैं पढ़ने, US leads the list. US globally attracts more foreign students than any other country. So US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, Ireland. These are popular English-speaking countries, and at UT, for undergrad, we serve all of these English-speaking countries where, like I said, US leads the pack. College ranking. So there are various ranking agencies like US World Ranking, US News University Ranking, etc., etc. You could refer them, and depending upon where they stand for the courses that they offer, it's a good help for shortlisting the universities. So country wise, major wise, मैं अगर आपको कुछ समझाने की कोशिश करूं, this is QS World Ranking. If you look into this, this has ranked top 100 universities in the world, and you see that US has 31 of them, UK has 16, Australia has 7, and so on. Something with Canada. India has also got a couple of universities now. These are some of the top. Massive name drop कर रहा हूँ: MIT, Stanford, Harvard, Caltech, Oxford, Cambridge, various ICL, University of Chicago, UCL. These are top universities of the world, and there are various other names. Singapore की universities हैं, then China and US and Canada, UK. So if you ask me कि कैसे score पे कौन सी university में admission मिलता है, let me tell you, it's a black box. We really don't know, and nobody knows. But just to give you an idea, a SAT score of 1500 plus overall अगर आप consistently 95% के ऊपर हैं, world's top 25 universities में आपको admission मिलना चाहिए. Let me add a disclaimer. There are other factors also. अगर non-academically आपने कुछ achieve किया है, you have played, let's say, basketball and you have represented India at international level, you are an international level swimmer, आप spell bee के winner हैं, आपने IOQM Olympiad में भारत को represent किया, and so on. Things will change, but mota, the kind of SAT score and your school percentage 9, 10, 11, 12 में आपने जैसा किया है, more or less this tells you where you may land up in terms of college rankings. Chaliye, coming down to one of the most important factors of studying abroad, cost. Now, before I tell you about cost, let us understand the cost here reflects tuition plus living. Tuition cost plus living. हमने cost को 3 buckets में divide किया है: economy, medium, and premium. Now, this is purely basis the cost. इसका quality से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. Under each bucket, you have all sorts of all quality of universities. So we have called them economical, mid-range, and premium in terms of cost only. मैं बार-बार बोल रहा हूँ, इसका quality से लेना देना नहीं है. So economical universities are the universities which range between 15 to 25 lakh rupees per annum. 4 साल का कोर्स करेंगे अगर आप यहाँ, because undergrads are mostly 4 years. So this is like 60 to 1 CR. Mid-range is 25 to 40 lakh rupees per annum. Entire course would be 1 to 1.6 CR. क्या-क्या है इसमें? Tuition and living cost. रहना खाना पीना और आपका tuition cost. 40 to 60 is premium university costing 1.6 to 2.4 CR. आप इसमें यहाँ पे US को reference ले सकते हैं. So मोटा if you understand, this means something like 30 to 40 lakh rupees per annum. तो आपके 4 साल का खर्चा आएगा 1.25 CR to 1.6 CR. तो 1.25 करोड़ से लेके 1.5 करोड़ रुपए का on an average आपका खर्चा आना चाहिए if you are planning to study abroad. अब ये खर्चे में क्या included नहीं है, अभी scholarships नहीं मिली है. The moment you get scholarship, internships, assistantships, आपका खर्चा थोड़ा नीचे आ जाएगा. Undergrad में scholarships कम मिलती हैं. You get few scholarship for undergrad courses. So conservatively आपको आपका खर्चा 1.2 से 1.6 मान के चलना चाहिए. क्या ये सारा पैसा day 1 पे चाहिए? नहीं. You pay in installments. आप जो plan लेंगे annual, quarterly, monthly, उस हिसाब से आपको money deposit करना है. For visa purpose, 1 साल का जो खर्चा है उतना liquidity होना ही चाहिए when you are applying for visa. तो वो एक अलग चीज है that we can discuss one-on-one basis, but पूरा पैसा आपको day 1 पे नहीं चाहिए. Plus, any scholarship that you get, it will reduce your cost. So ये मैंने आपको कंजर्वेटिव फिगर इसलिए बताया बिकॉज व्हेन यू गो इन मार्केट पीपल विल टेल यू दैट दिस कुड बी डन चीपर, बट आई थिंक वी शुड बी रेडी फॉर द वर्स्ट केस. अगर कोई स्कॉलरशिप नहीं मिला तो टोटल खर्चा क्या है. ऑन एन एवरेज बच्चे सेकेंड ईयर से असिस्टेंटशिप्स, स्कॉलरशिप्स और इंटर्नशिप करने लग जाते हैं और वो साल का 10 लाख रुपए से 15 लाख रुपए के बीच में दे कैन मैनेज ऑन देयर ओन. तो मान लीजिए आपका खर्चा अगर 1.2 CR का बैठ रहा है, ऐसा हो सकता है दैट योर इफेक्टिव कॉस्ट इज समथिंग लाइक 80 लाख रुपए 4 साल के ऊपर, क्योंकि बच्चे ने वहां पे कुछ खुद मैनेज करना चालू कर दिया है. बट दिस इज हाउ इट विल हैपन. Are scholarships available? Yes. Because scholarships are few, let us understand very frankly, I am admitting to you, it's a trade-off. आप थोड़ा सा रैंकिंग में नीचे जाएंगे, scholarships मिलना ज्यादा चालू हो जाएंगी, because universities want to attract talent. तो वो यूनिवर्सिटी आपको ज्यादा स्कॉलरशिप देगी जो थोड़ा सा रैंकिंग में कम है. आपकी प्रोफाइल से आप थोड़ा सा नीचे रैंक पे जाओगे, स्कॉलरशिप्स बढ़ती जाएंगी. So these are various scholarships that our students have got for the year 2024. These are latest figures. ये बच्चों के नाम है, वो ये उनकी I think universities and major है, बच्चों के नाम for confidential reason we have not declared, but these are the kind of scholarships that you do get. So how does this work? Let us understand there are two ways in which you get scholarship. One, at the time of application, आपने apply किया, confirm किया या admit letter के साथ आपको scholarship मिल गया. Basis your merit. Very little basis your need. Need based पे बहुत कम स्कॉलरशिप मिलेगी, मेरिट बेस्ड पे ज्यादा मिलती है. क्लोज टू 20% से ज्यादा बच्चों को ये नहीं मिलता है. वेरी फ्यू स्टूडेंट्स गेट इट. बट आफ्टर यू ज्वाइन द कैंपस, आफ्टर 6 months or 1 year, there are various opportunities like teaching assistantship, TA, research assistantship, RA, lab assistantship, LA, कंप्यूटर लैब, लाइब्रेरी, प्रोफेसर के साथ काम करना, उनके रिसर्च में हेल्प करना, एंड दीज आर पेड इंटर्नशिप्स. या फिर कोई आपको जॉब ऑन कैंपस, आपको जॉब मिल जाए और वो ऑन कैंपस आप पार्ट टाइम जॉब करने लगे. यू आर स्कोरिंग वेरी वेल इन योर एग्जाम्स, तो आपको डीन स्कॉलरशिप भी मिलती है विच इज कॉल्ड मेरिट स्कॉलरशिप. 80% students, at least our students, 80% students do get this scholarship starting second year. दूसरे साल से ये स्कॉलरशिप मिलना चालू हो जाता है. 20% को at the time of application. Do you get loan? Very easily. You do get education loans and they are readily available from private banks, public banks, NBFCs. Loans available हैं. Easily available. Loan would be in the name of student. Parents, they act as guarantors. You may have to, though it is called education loan, but ये शायद pure education loan नहीं है, because parents act as guarantor. They may have to keep some property. आपका कोई 2 BHK का फ्लैट है जो रेंट पे चल रहा है, कुछ चल रहा है, आपने उसके अगेंस्ट 60 to 80% लोन ले लिया. Repayments are flexible. You can decide आपको अभी कुछ भरना है, अभी से इंटरेस्ट भरना है, पार्ट प्रिंसिपल भरना है, अभी कुछ भी नहीं करना है, 4 साल बाद करना है, 6 साल बाद करना है. You can decide your repayment terms. They are available from 15 to 20 years के टर्म पे ये अवेलेबल होते हैं. And state banks offer it at 8 to 9% पे आपको एजुकेशन लोन मिल जाता है. They are readily available. If you get a good admit, decent admit, loans मिलना will not be an issue. Otherwise, NBFCs हैं, like HDFC, Credila and all, interest rates are higher, document requirements are low. वो सारे options तो available हैं. What are the other factors that you have to look into? Remember, there are more than 5,000 universities. You cannot apply to everyone. Each one of them, you'll have to be very selective. Many factors to create your list. UT application support helps you, handholds you, right from, like I said, profile building, mapping, university selection, application, getting admit, visa, हम आपको इन सब में help करते हैं. We combine our programs. अगर आप IIT तैयारी कर रहे हो, medical कर रहे हो, commerce, anything that you're doing, our program can be combined with all of this. We have been in this industry for 25 years, so there's a lot of experience behind whatever I am talking about. So before I end and I take some of your question, here is another video. And a closing video, I should say. ये जितने आपको बच्चे दिख रहे हैं, ये सारे इसी साल के हैं. तो before they were going out, ये हमने इनको यूटी की टी शर्ट पहना के ये एक वीडियो उनके साथ शूट किया. They are going to various universities and they are each talking about one aspect that was important to them in their application offered by UT. So chaliye, let's hear them out.
UT boasts 25 years of excellence in career shaping. Dream of getting into the top universities is now made possible at UT.
UT offers a complete package right from classroom to online training for SAT, GRE, TOEFL, IELTS to college application.
UT's team of experts helps us build our profiles and application kit to get admits into the likes of Cornell, Georgia Tech, Carnegie Mellon, Duke and many more.
UT has helped to get upwards 7 crores of scholarship. They also have helped us find different financial aids to support our studies.
Join UT to become a part of strong global alumni and get connected with students from all over the world, including USA, Canada, UK, Germany, Australia, Singapore, Dubai, and many more.
Be a part of the global community to experience the world outside.
So we started with many questions. I'm sure I've been answering. I've answered some of them. This is our website. UT का जो study abroad division, it is called UT Aspire. So utaspire.in. You can also check on some of our Google reviews if you visit our website or if you Google about us, and you can see and read about various experiences that people have had with us over the years. Any more questions? I'll be more than happy to take them here. So I've answered many of them, but in case आपके कुछ और questions हैं related to exam, country, course, services, let's take them here as much as I can. In case you are more interested in doing a one-on-one counseling, please feel free. You need to call this number, Mrs. Jyoti 77188. Nilesh sir, आप number देख लीजिएगा सही है क्या? 98822.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you call up this number, you fix an appointment, meet me or Anubhav sir, and then you can decide and choose and enroll whatever you want to do. You want a PPT or rather a PDF of the PPT that I've just presented. आपको अपनी एक personal copy चाहिए. All of these slides can be made available to you. Just send a hi on this number. ये एक UT का official number है. This is our WhatsApp number. So you send a hi on 77100 04690. And in return, you will get a PDF of this presentation in case you want it. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday morning with us and sparing out these couple of hours and listening to me. Now I'm open for your questions and I'll appreciate rather than typing it out. मैं आपको सुनूं और आप unmute करके अपना सवाल पूछें. There's a feedback link in the chat box. Fill this feedback for us. It will help us improve the webinar experience and bring up more relevant topics. Thank you so much. Now you can raise hand. इसमें Zoom में you can do that and you can ask your questions. Any question that you have for me, feel free to ask me a question. You just need to unmute and ask a question.
Overall, it was a very interesting session. This is our first webinar for our children who are in +2. Sorry, I'm not in a very presentable mode. That's why I did not want to come on a video.
No worries, Mr. Prasad. No worries. Please go ahead, sir.
So I have provided my feedback, but the link is not working for me to provide a feedback. Initially, I found it a little difficult to follow Hindi because we are from South India. But but I think you were in parallel explaining that in English. Then I realized, okay, that's fine. Unfortunately, the thing is in South, we all study Hindi, but unfortunately, we don't follow it. We just do it for us.
My apologies, sir. I did not really realize. I could have been more English than Hindi. My apologies, but we can meet one-on-one and I can help you understand it better.
We would love to do that. And see, I would definitely need more guidance here because the advantage, the challenge is we have twins at home. So now you have to plan financially and the courses as well. We are based out of Bangalore. How do we meet you, sir? I got Mrs. Jyoti number. I have taken a screenshot of it. That helps. But if there's a face-to-face discussion could happen, that would be great. They are already in plus 2, sir, plus 2. Now the time is very less. Their board exams are also there, SAT, and I was showing them. Of course, they have gone back to attend their weekly test at the school. I think it's a very packed time we have. So definitely we want to meet you. I will take an appointment and we'll come and meet you, sir.
Sure. So, Mr. Prasad, Bangalore happens to be a big market for us, if I can put it that way. And every year we would do close to 20-25 students from Bangalore.
Okay.
And while I'm talking to you, this year we have this student, Krish Tyagi. He's from Bangalore and he's a sports person. So how we are helping him is he has enrolled for online classes. And like I'm talking to you, we do one-on-one university application. So everything happens over Zoom because technology has made it seamless.
Correct.
So we do have students coming from Bangalore and where we have helped them with their university application thing. So we can connect, Mr. Prasad. You have Jyoti's number. You can call her up and she'll fix an appointment. And then we can talk about your specific case. In case you have not taken SAT and students are in plus 2, then we'll need to understand various other things in their profile, which includes their marks and activities that they would have done till now. And then we can look at some exemptions. Let me tell you, there are many universities post-COVID, and it's going to change next year, but this year there's a small advantage. Post-COVID, where they have said that SAT is recommended.
Okay.
It's not mandatory, it's recommended. And there are certain schools which have become SAT blind for last 3 years now. For example, all the UC schools. UC school ka matlab hota hai, it means University of California. This is 9 universities, UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, and so on. They have become SAT blind for last 3 to 4 years post-COVID. But will it happen next year? I'm not sure. Because more recognition, they are coming back to the normal where they are accepting and making SAT compulsory.
Okay.
So we can leverage that small thing once we meet and see what are the things in profile of the student and should we really go for SAT.
Certainly, sir. We'll do that. I have come on video so that a name will have a face and we can meet and recognize each other.
Right, Mr. Prasad. So thank you and so very kind of you that though I was speaking in Hindi, you bared with me and you were there till end, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
A good day.
Good Sunday.
Right. Take care, sir. Mrs. Yadav, you can go next. Ma'am, you need to unmute. Aapko.
Okay, it's a very basic question. I would rather like, why should we prefer foreign universities to Indian universities for like undergrad study? Like any okay, the job opportunities might be more or all, but these are all speculations. But still, what is the advantage of going for an abroad university for undergraduation? So could you please enlighten me with this?
Yeah,
good question, ma'am.
So, madam, Mrs. Yadav, let me tell you, I am not advocating foreign universities over Indian universities. My talk is not that. I am not telling you prefer this over the other. Studying abroad would be a totally personal choice coming out of your preferences for your child. Right? So, ये question को मैं directly नहीं ले सकता because this will be comparing apple to oranges. And that will not be a fair comparison. I cannot tell you that India is better than, let's say, US or US is better than India. Apple to orange comparison करने का कोई मतलब नहीं, and I don't have any intention of doing it. Parents prefer studying abroad for various reasons, and there could be, a research on that, and we can find it out. It could be various things, madam. As generations grow, my parent, possibly they couldn't afford it and wo outlook nahi tha, but possibly I can afford and I have that broader outlook and I may want to give them that exposure and then I may want them to come back here. I don't want my child to go through that tough competition. I want them to settle abroad. So बहुत सारे objectives हो सकते हैं of studying abroad. So I really cannot generalize it. But in what I'm trying to tell you is, let's say with all the preferences that you have, you want to create a backup option because you may not want to compromise on the quality. And if you think, by India, there are A-grade institutions, but it is hyper competitive, and you want to create a backup option, आप इसको consider कर सकते हैं. So, let's not go on speculations. Your decisions cannot be based on speculations. So please find the hard fact. I'm not saying speculate. So आप actually find करिए, and all this is in public domain. I mean, you will actually know कि क्या employability है, क्या residency है, क्या quality of life है. But still, ये एक personal decision है. I cannot generalize it, मैडम. मैं कोई आंसर नहीं दे सकता उसका.
Right. One more thing, like we discussed about the merit route. So, but if just to have an idea, what are the any qualifying marks for the non-merit route of 12th standard or something of that sort is there?
Qualifying marks for non-merit route.
Yeah.
Qualifying marks for non-merit route is you have to pass.
Okay.
No backlogs, nothing. So qualifying route for non-qualifying criteria for non-merit, right? Non-merit is you have to pass. As simple as that. In terms of academics, of course, you need to have deep pockets, but more than that, you have to pass, madam. और कोई ऐसा और कोई criteria नहीं होगा.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other question? Tanav.
Yes, sir. Jitendra here.
Namaskar, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, you mentioned the basic and premium course for non-medical. If you have any for medical related, like basic, premium, basically I'm looking for after 10th or 12th. So is there any price difference?
So, sir, Mr. Patel, like I said, medical follows a very different route than all other careers. You should meet us in person. If I remember correctly, मुझे बच्चे के नाम से ऐसा याद आ रहा है that you are a UT parent. आप हमारे ही 10th class के parent हैं, sir. Am I correct?
Right, sir. कोपरखंड branch.
हाँ. तो मैं जानता हूँ सर आपको. तो what I was telling you is इसके लिए अलग से मिलते हैं. But sir, US में medical is not after 12th. Just for clarity sake, जैसे इंडिया में 12th के बाद NEET का एग्जाम देना है, you write NEET and you get into a med school in India right after 12th. In US, it's not after 12th. You will have to first do a 4 years of undergrad, then take an exam. Exam will be MCAT, and then you get into med school. And fees will differ. In UK, things are very different. UK में you write another exam called as UCAT, UCAT, and then you get into medical school, and you can do it after 12th. So what I'm trying to tell you is medicine has different flavor, different scheme for different countries. Australia में एक अलग ही system है. They have a different system in Australia for medicine. So let us meet, sir. It's a very diverse topic, and there's no one set rule for all countries.
Okay, sir. Thanks a lot. Right. I will personally meet.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Right. So if there are any other questions, I'll be happy to take them. Otherwise, we are done for the day.
Yeah,
and thank you once again. Yes,
Hello.
Mr. Murthy.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Murthy.
Yeah, Manish. Yeah, thanks for giving the in-depth information about this right from the route to the complete procedure of the admissions. Thanks a lot, because I have gone a lot of webinars, but the way you have presented the things is so informative. Thanks a lot for that. And presently, my kid is studying the 9th standard in the hostel Vellore International School in Chennai. And we are planning to put him for the abroad education after 12th standard. So I heard about the PSAT. What is it exactly, sir? PSAT. It is different from SAT?
Yes. So yeah, thank you for asking me this question, sir. So PSAT is basically a practice SAT where 70% of the skills of SAT are tested in PSAT, And it's ideally recommended for students in 9th and or 10th standard. So just to check on where do you stand on SAT skill level, you can take PSAT. Now, PSAT happens at school level and mostly in month of October. So you can take it in 9th and you can again take it in 10th. In US, it is also used for certain scholarships and pre-placement offers where if somebody does nationally well, they are given university admits right in their 10th standard and they're said, 2 saal baad aake come after 2 years and join us.
Okay.
So PSAT is mostly practice SAT.
And these marks are considered for this any admission in the SAT marks?
No, it will not help you. No. So let's say you get a good world percentile rank. It is 1 point on your CV which you can claim that, hey, I was in top 99 percentile of the world PSAT takers. That's it.
Okay.
So nothing else.
So when we take, if I want to take this PSAT exam, can I approach to the UT Institute for the practice exam?
So we do training starting every April, and yes, that time we can help you, sir.
Okay. In the month of
Sunday
April.
classes. Sorry?
In the month of April of every year?
Month of April every year is when we start a PSAT batch. Every Sunday we do classes on PSAT, and it's like something like 12 Sundays, and student is ready for PSAT.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Nice
you, sir.
talking to
Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions for me? Right. So thank you. Do get in touch with us in case you want to discuss your case on one-on-one basis. We'll be very happy to help you. You want a PDF, do send us a hi on WhatsApp and we'll send you PDF. Thank you once again. Bye and take care. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You can. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, Mr. Saraf.